if you're not doing whatever, if you're not doing what they want you to do. So when you're independent, you can do literally whatever you want. And you can just put stuff out on YouTube. You can just be yourself, and people can learn to love you for who you actually are, and you have control over your actual fan base. So it's not like Capitol Records or Interscope or something has full control over all your online stuff, and then after your first single was out, it buzzed and all that, and now they control everything. So now you don't know what to do. You're like, damn, I had fans, but I didn't have control over them, and I don't know how to make them listen to my next new single now that I'm off the label or whatever. But yes, it's just a lot easier when you're independent, because you're just like, I got 100,000 fans, and when I put something out, they're all gonna hear it, and you can just do it. You just have a lot of freedom. So that's why I recommend being independent, and you make a lot more money, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna tell an artist like don't sign to a major, because a major does work for some artists. I mean, the ones you know and you see all the time, they're probably doing well. I mean, there's probably a lot more artists that are signed to that same label that you've probably never heard of, or that are really struggling, and then there's a problem. But being independent, man, just much more flexible. There's no middleman, or sometimes we take out the middleman. It's just always questioning. For everything we do, whether it's touring, anything we do, we just question the process and figure out what does each person in that process do, and if that person can't answer that question, we just kick them out. And we just do what we want, and that's why I think it's dope being independent.
What's the best way for fans to support indie label? Is it merchandise, events, support, the album? What is the most important? No, but in terms of the order of priority, if fans
I mean, any support, you know, being here, posting our music on Facebook, like anything, like spreading, telling their friends about it, you know, buying a shirt, spend money or not spend money, it doesn't matter. As long as you're a fan of the music and then you share it with somebody else, you know, we'll figure out a way to monetize it at the end of the day. But if we just get our message out there and to more and more people, eventually we'll capitalize. So it's not really a matter of, you know, telling anybody to do one specific thing. Anything helps us. So, you know, like you said, we're just building on small wins, and we just keep building.
You want us to all answer that? Or is that something to that?
Justin.
This question's for Swizz. I know, you know, Hobson's efforts while he's putting together Knock Madness has been well documented. We've seen the success Dizzy's had this year. Jaron released his project. You were just talking about how long it's taking you for your solo project. What's this process like for you? What's the challenge behind putting out a solo project?
It's been a challenge for me, because I've been going through a lot of stuff in my personal life, and it's really affected my career, really. So I mean, it's just a mental. Once you can get your mind right and your personal life situated, then I mean that's what's next, you know. Because it's like, how are you gonna make music or try to present an image or something like that when you don't even know where you are as a person, you know? So it's like that's the main battle I was dealing with, you know, just getting my mind right, getting healthy. Oh yeah, I'm coming. I got a project dropping early next year. I'm good. We're gonna move. We're gonna do it. Yeah, definitely.
This is to Dizzy. I was wondering, with your last project, you had merchandise and a bunch of videos. Did you have all that done before you dropped the project, or did you drop the project, see how people respond to it, then do the videos, like and have the merchandise? Was it all done like before the music was released at all?
Nah, none of it was done before the music was released. I dropped the project, and then the tour was ready. We had a tour set up. I was like, I'm gonna go on tour. I'm gonna do a project, then I'm gonna go on tour. And then before I went on tour, I had to do a bunch of videos, so I was working hard. I did like 5 videos in like less than a month, just to like, you know, have them while I was out on tour. So yeah, I put in a lot of work right before I went out on the road. Anybody else?
What up, guys? What I would like to know is, like, you know, we saw how successful you guys are now and all your hard work, but what was your key motivation when you guys were at your lowest to continue individually, and then as you grew as a label, what was the key motivation when you guys got stuck or, you know, wanted to get past a certain stage at what you're doing? Personally.
I mean, for me, making beats and DJing, it got to a point where I was like, shit, I could be making more money on a minimum wage job and shit. And my mom was like, you should really do some real shit with your life. But I just love music too much and just kept doing it, and shit just popped off eventually. So you gotta just stay at it, really.
I think for me, what kind of kept me in it, because I definitely wanted to throw in the towel a few different times, but like I mentioned earlier, just kind of following the metrics and like the support of the fans, like it started getting bigger and bigger, even though internally, like we were going through a lot of issues, and me and Swizz was going at it at the time. You know, I just think as things started to build, it just kept me wanting to do it. And then when you start seeing fans tattoo Funk Volume on themselves, it's like I can't really bow out now. You know, when people got Funk Volume on their chest. So that was real motivating for me, and kind of kept me in it. But you know, eventually we caught some momentum, and you know, here we are.
My biggest motivation is my daughter. Period. You know, now and then. So yeah.
My motivation, like the way I view life is I don't want to die and be old and know that I didn't do the thing that I really wanted to do and accomplish it. So if I'm involved in something, I just have to go 100% at it. And I've been rapping for this long, so why give up when I spent all these years doing it? And there's so many whack rappers, man, and people need to know it.